Ladies and gentlemen, some serious combos today. As you can tell by the title, we're going deep. Stop being a loser. How do we do this? What exactly does this mean? And you might be asking, Renaissance Roz, you trying to be funny? No, I'm being so dead ass right now. Being a loser is a mindset. It's a disease of the mind. Some call it a mind virus. This is mostly tied to the mindset of, why is this happening to me? Anytime you catch yourself saying, why is this happening to me? You're in a losing mindset. This, why is this happening to me? Comes from weakness. It comes from victim mentality. And it's just really cringe. Instead, what you can ask yourself is, what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to teach me comes from a student mentality. It comes from a position of strength, right? There's no cringiness, there's no weakness when you're asking the world, what is this trying to teach me? What can I learn from this situation? When you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? You kind of give up all your control and your power in a scenario. You become completely powerless and you leave everything up to chance and fate, and you don't really have any control. But if you say, what can I learn from this? How can I get better? Right? We always talk about getting better, not getting bitter. There's much to learn. Some nice sunlight out today, man. Some nice sunlight out, which I definitely need. Went real thin on the beard today. It's feeling pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And ask yourself if you've done everything in your power, right? We always talk about attitude and changing mindsets and situations, right? So if you can't change the situation, you got to change your mindset. If you can't change your mindset, then you got to change the situation. You can always change one or the other, even if you can't change both. So when you have the student mindset and you learn a lesson from everything, it's only going to help you because you're going to take that lesson into the next thing. You got to take some positive piece of learning from the situation. You can't just let the negativity add up, because if you let all the negatives add up, it's going to put you into this really, really rough cycle. So the one thing that you should never do is you should never complain about your situation. That's probably the biggest thing, because not only does complaining have a zero ROI, complaining has a negative ROI. Like, if you complain about a situation, you're not only are you wasting time that you could be using to take action, you're also just bitching about something that's so out of your control that nothing will change. The challenge I have for you is, for the next 24 hours, I want you to just go without complaining about anything. Just have a complete day where no matter if things go your way or don't go your way, or your favorite sports team lost because whatever situation happened, stop complaining about it, right? And this is gonna sound really fucked up, but I promise you it's not. Just coming from my own personal experience, your biggest problem is not even on someone else's radar as their smallest problem. I'm gonna say that one more time so it hits you guys, so you guys understand. Your biggest problem does not even go on the radar of most people as their smallest problem. Like, if someone gets a paper cut and you have cancer, their paper cut is going to take priority over you having cancer. That's just the way it is. I think that's just human nature in general. It's hard. I mean, people will empathize with your issue, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to deal with it, and it's up to you to figure that shit out. You know, there's only so much. I mean, people will help you. Don't get me wrong, right? Whenever someone's like, you know, call me if you need anything, or like, hey, you want me to run something over? Like, they actually mean that, right? But they're gonna be like, man, I'm glad I don't have that issue. Glad I don't have that problem. So I would say the one thing you need to focus on is focus on whatever situation that you have going on in your life and take extreme ownership for it, right? I think that's the other thing about the loser mentality is blaming, right? Not only do they say, you know, why is this happening to me, but also blaming others. Jocko Willink has a big thing. I think his entire book, his entire philosophy is about extreme ownership, where you just kind of take everything as your fault regardless of what it is, and you kind of just focus on, even though you can't control it, you kind of have to take it as, hey, this is my fault regardless. That's kind of a winning mentality, because after that moment, you take everything in your hands, and then you can't blame anybody else for your shortcomings. You can't blame anybody else for your mistakes. And at the end of the day, you're like, nobody else can ruin my day besides me. So guys, look, the next 24 hours, I want to challenge you guys to not complain, and I want you to take extreme ownership, right? If you're late to something and there's a car accident or something, right? Like, you just be like, yo, it's my fault. I should have left earlier, right? You just take 100% accountability for all your actions. You come from a place of, what is this trying to teach me? And you try to control your mindset instead of the situation. The loser mentality will go away. You'll start thinking like a winner, right? Losers think about, oh, I can't do this. Winners will just go ahead and do it. So let's take this as a stopping point, and I would say over the next 24 hours, think about everything that you can complain about, and just don't complain about it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.